Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. In today's video we are going to be making a KDP planner. This is going to be a Christmas planner. I'm going to show you how to locate a good file in Creative Fabrica that you can upload to Canva, make your own edits and produce something that is sellable on the KDP platform. If this is something that you're interested in, then make sure that you stick around. At the moment it's October. It might be a little late for a Christmas planner, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway because it may catch a few buyers. We are actually in what's called Q4, which is your October, November, December, because there are lots of different events and things happening in there. Obviously you've got Halloween, you've got Thanksgiving, you have Christmas. You also have lots of different sales, like your Black Fridays, your Prime sales, and people are purchasing Christmas gifts. So this is a pretty good time for any platform to be selling their goods. And it's also what I usually see when other KDP booksellers are releasing videos about their sales. This is when they usually have the most success. So let's head across to the computer and I'll show you what I'm going to be up to today. So this is Creative Fabrica, and Creative Fabrica is a site where you can go in and you can look for a huge range of fonts, images, photos, tools, you name it, this place has probably got it. And what you want to write in here is editable Christmas planners KDP, and then hit a search. Now you'll see lots and lots of different designs here for KDP interior planners. And what we want to do is have a look for one that we think looks pretty good. So let's say for this one here, you need to double check that this has got commercial and full print on demand usage allowed. If it just has commercial, then you cannot use it for your print on demand, which is your KDP. So once you've found a Christmas planner and you have made sure that it has got an editable Canva template, then you would be right to download. Come down also and just make sure that what you're receiving, so you get two. One PDF file contains the Canva template, one PDF file contains the basic Canva template editing guide, and then you can download all of that. So I'll show you what that looks like. Let's try this one together at least. We open, tells you how to edit your template and open it in Canva. Tells you if Canva says that you don't already have an account. Click the link in your downloaded file which leads to the template. So our downloaded file which leads to the template is this one here. So that was also downloaded. So holding down Control and clicking on that, we want to skip that and open it in Canva and then use this template for a new design. So it will open up in Canva and you will be able to edit all of the elements that are there and make this design your own. So before we start that, I'm just going to call this one KDP Christmas Planner 1. Okay, and this is where you can have a little bit of fun playing around with some of the elements here. So let's have a bigger look. Let's come down here to the grid view. So this is currently what the planner looks like. And there are a whole heap of different pages in here that we can move around and change up the fonts and add images to. Alright, so if we have a look at January, for example, we can do things like change up the script. So I think that I'd like that to be amazingly thick, and I'm going to change all. So that font has been changed across my whole design. I can do the same here. Now in terms of the colors, if you are printing in black and white, well, it won't really matter, but if you wanted to dress it up a little bit, you could change up these colors across the whole planner, and you'll notice that if I pick a color here it says change all. So if I hit change all, that has given my planner a green look about it. And obviously I'm going to have to go through and do a little bit of resizing here. Christmas planner, and then I'm going to edit and do a magic grab of the tree. And delete that background, and then I can put this down here to the side. I know that it's off, but when it gets trimmed, okay, it's going to be in that area where it's okay to be trimmed. You can put some festive lights in, or I can change up the style of the box here, make it thicker if I wanted to make the line thicker. So as you can see, you can go through and you can change quite a lot. Now as you're going through the pages, you might want to move things around again as well. So for January, for example, I might not want to go straight to February. So having a look at the other pages here, so helpful holiday tips, that could come up. So I can click and drag this around. Christmas books to read, Christmas movies to watch, Elf on the Shelf plan. That would go well up here with the calendar, for example. And then I might be able to find an elf on a shelf. So let's have a look. Clip art illustration of an elf on a shelf. So you can delete and move and change things up to suit your particular planner, so that it has a point of difference to anybody else who has created a Christmas planner using the same template. And that is the key. You don't want this to just go straight up as is. You need to change it up and make it look a little different so that it is not the same as anybody else's template. So I'm just going to have a play around with this, and I'll come back in a little while and show you what I managed to put together. Okay everyone, this has been quite the process. I've been working on it for about 2 to 2.5 hours now. What I've found is when you do use, or in this particular template for example, what I did realize is as I was working with it, I had to make quite a few different changes, and a lot of them manually as well. I end up having to put in a new calendar, and I've taken this one from Canva because when I was trying to select just the titles, for example, whoever had created the template originally hadn't grouped them in a way where when you hit on them and you select to change all, it would change all of them. It might only change 6, and then you had to go in and manually do that. So what that ended up doing was sort of moving my dates around, so I opted in for this. Other things were, you know, some of these were layered in a funny way. So when you went into layers, so for example, if I did this and went to position, you'll notice that, you know, some of these words were mixed in with some of the colors. So the biggest one, the biggest explanation for this was, you know, any of these lines that had been used, I came across some of them where, you know, there'd be a title, then a line, and then a title, then a line. So you couldn't just go like click on this one and then hold the shift key down and click that one to select a whole range to make changes. So again, that had to be done manually. I had to clean up a lot of spelling mistakes. So if you are using any of these, make sure that you read through and really double check to make sure there are no spelling mistakes either. I added in my own clip art. So if I come back out here to this view, you'll notice that things are a little bit different. I'm not worried about this being out of the theme because this isn't going to be printed in color. And what I ended up doing was grouping pages. I deleted quite a lot out of here, and I made duplicates of new ones that I created. So that, for example, rather than have January through to December calendars all together, I put in a weekly planner, a to-do list, and a notes page for each of the months. And then after all of the calendars were done, as you get toward December, I included travel plans. I did plans for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and this event tracker actually needs to come back up here. Hang on a second, just bear with me. So let's put this event tracker. The master to-do list, event tracker can go here, And I'm just going to duplicate that because sometimes in December you end up with lots of events, and I think that puts this now at about 148 pages thereabouts. Okay, so back down here again. Sorry, I'm going to scroll down again. So what I did after that was that I then grouped in some of the pages under cards and gift giving, so they were all put together, and then I made up another one called Christmas cooking and put all those like pages together. I did parties and events as well, and I also made up one for Christmas budget toward the end, and I did leave quite a few notes as well on this one, so I'm just going to duplicate that so I do end up with 148. I particularly like having notes pages at the end of any of the journals that I have, so that if it doesn't fit into any other part of it, I can always go to the end and do that and use those pages. As I was working through this, one thing that I really kept in mind was if I was going to have this planner in front of me and use it for my Christmas planning, what would I need? So I kept that in mind, and a lot of those pages just wouldn't be relevant. I wouldn't use them at all. So I tried to think really practically about what people would actually really choose to use within this particular planner. And I think that I've deleted and I've added where necessary in those cases, hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, you just saw my screen capture there, so here we go. This is the Canva that I'm working on. Right, so now I've got a funny feeling though, however, as I've been working through, I'm a little worried that the Canva margins might be a bit out. So I am going to go in and attempt to upload this to KDP. Hopefully everything will be okay, but I have this funny feeling that perhaps the margins might be out, and that is going to be a ton of work if that's the case. A ton of work. Going back in and resizing everything. The other thing that I want to do is the cover page. So I'm just going to pop into Ideogram and show you what potentially could be created using that software, using Ideogram, and that is free to use. You get a few credits for free. If you want to upgrade, then obviously you have to pay. So let's go into Ideogram and see what we can make. Here I am in Ideogram, and you'll notice that I've got the Christmas drinks there, which was in the books. Alright, so let's generate this and see. Actually, I might do some Christmassy colours. Let's see what it does first, and I can come back and change the palette. Alright, so let's generate that and come back out. I'm tending to use Ideogram quite a lot now because it does do the text a lot better. It works very similarly to Midjourney, but you do get some different outputs. Okay, so it's going to need a little bit more work. Okay, that's not too bad. There's a few good ones here. I'm going to have a bit more play with this. I'm going to come back to you once I'm in KDP, and I'm just going to let you know whether or not I had issues with the margins of the Canva internal pages. These are the Canva internal pages. These are right to go now. I've gone through and I've checked for spelling mistakes and what have you. So I'm going to download this as a PDF print, CMYK. So I'm going to get that downloaded, and then I will work on the title off camera. Work on the cover off camera, and then we'll come back in and have a look at the KDP upload and see what the preview file looks like. Okay, just a quick update. I don't have any errors on my quality check here on my pages. I ended up creating my cover in Canva. Let's see how that one goes. I'll let you know if I run into any issues, but I just found that it was very hard to find or to get the AI to give me what I needed. So I went against all advice that I've given everyone else, but I'm hoping that this will be okay. And then coming through the planner, obviously it's in black and white. I took out all of the other months. I made this just solely about December. So that's what you're seeing here. And everything's fitting in very nicely there on the pages. So I'm pretty happy with the way that this has come out. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this and hopefully see how it goes. Thanks for watching the video today. I hope this has inspired you to have a little look around and see what else you might be able to make for your KDP. If you like what I'm doing here on the channel, don't forget to like, and don't also forget to subscribe to see more in the future. I'll see you all in the next video.